Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, that's Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report, and things are deteriorating here. Let's take a look here at what we got going on. So, SPY yesterday, we know we had that inside day, right? And tried to poke up in the morning and then starts to fail, right? That's something I want to know about, right? Because we're coming into the end of the week. Remember, there's no game tomorrow, so this is like a Friday. So we're always looking at these weeklies when you're coming into the end of the week. Right now, we're starting to deteriorate and getting closer back, being another two down for start next week. If you go to the 60, you're going to see this. Outside bar, inside bar, down, 3-1-2. Is that something we look for? It certainly is. So SPY coming in, and as of right now, it'd be nice if we can get the outside day all the way down to here. The 313, we call that the Motor City Madhouse because 313 is the area code in Detroit. So, that's hopefully what we get, because that would be the bigger move. So right now we got a new 60, all right, to keep an eye on. If you go to the Qs still inside day, all right, but getting closer to down into here, and we'll get to a bunch of these guys in trouble here too. So once again, it's still the inside months, but red, and we want to look at that weekly, because yesterday when we went up here, it was closer to taking out the weekly highs if we're going to go back up next week. Now that's changing, right, and coming back down. Here you go to open the day. You can see this here. 2 up, boom, 2-2 reversal, and down she goes. So new 60 coming right now. We'll see what they want to do. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, in the Dow Jones Diamonds, we know real knuckle tight here, right? And it was an inside day yesterday, but then pops up, but now coming back in. So we want to see how does this close out, because that would be a rev strat on next Monday. Here, 1, 2 up, and then boom, unless they really kill them this afternoon or try and rally back. Doji on the week for the 3rd week in a row, and that gives you that monthly that's not doing much. But you can still, the 60 is still a major signal, and you can see that here. The inside 60, down, right there. If we go to small cappers, and small cappers, inside day and pokes up, setting up potential rev strat for Monday, unless we really wipe them out this afternoon, which is not out of the question here. There's a lot of things that are having some issues here, so we'll see what that is. If we go to the strength here so far, Cat Tractor. And Cat Tractor having a nice day. That's what you look for. And here on the weekly, 2 down, 2 up. Right? Still not much on the month, but you can see these 60s, a real nice move here to the upside. And if you go to the 15, you can see this. Here, this is a 2 up by taking out the previous high. This is a 2 down by taking out that low, and boom, you're in right here. 2-2 reversal back to the upside. Cat. That tells us to look at John Deere. And John Deere, you can see here on the weekly. 2 down hammer, boom, 2-2 reversal to the upside. Having a nice little day there. John Deere with the cat, and that tells you can also look at AGCO. And AGCO, still an inside week, but you have your inside day to the upside. Still an inside month, so you'd be aware of that. And on the 15, here's how you get in on that. 2 down, 2 up, and you're in. Let's go back to a 60 here. What else we got here? We got Visa here trying to come up just a little bit. That's a 2 down, 2 up day. Not total powerhouse, but once again, setting up the week. Hammer countering the 3. Potential 3-2-2, and watch that with MA. Here, and that would be a rev strat week to the upside. Inside to down, right? Or on the daily, the 3-day, 2 up, and then back down. That's what we like to have, all these, go either way things, right? So you come in on Monday, it's either a 3-2-2 to the downside or a 1-2-2 to the upside on the weekly, as it dojis out on the month and chops everybody up. So things still a little heavy here, folks, but stick on a couple more longs here for you. Nike having a nice day, inside day to the upside. Potential outside week if you can take it out, and even if it doesn't do it today, it just ran out of time. So Nike having a nice little day off of that. Still inside month like a lot of things though. However, if we go to Gapper from yesterday, HPK. This is why some people stay on the gap list for more than one day. HPK was a nice follow through after yesterday's gap holding. All right, right up the chute, you can see this here. That's a 2 up. That's a 2 down. Boom, 2-2 reversal to start the day, and off she goes off to the races. If we go to MERC, the Merc, and Mercer International, whatever they're doing it right. But here you can see on the weekly, 2 down, boom, back through previous range. That's what you want, right? We'll stop all these guys out, and that made for a real nice move through here. Now stalling out a little bit on the 60, so we'll see if that sets up again or not. Keeping an eye on these broader averages, and they're still looking like they're going to deteriorate here. But STZ off the inside day, second time this week. Inside day and up here, inside day and up here, and that continues to reconfirm the 212 inside month to the upside, going after the highs. Right, STZ still trying to work here. If we go to crude, and crude just had a nice little pop here on the 60, and that got some of these guys going, but not totally following through, and the market kind of weighing on them. You had Conoco trying to get out of here, but still inside weak and a lot of that kind of stuff. Emirata has popped up a little bit there off the inside day, so a little bit there. You can keep an eye on that crude. And then shipper SBLK. SBLK trying to go for the outside week, having a nice day here, and trying to go outside on the month. Inside month, pokes down, now coming back through. Nice 60 there. You also had a nice 30 here, inside on the 30. Boom. And it's red, which means you had corrective activity on a shorter time frame. Boom, and off she goes. SBLK still working. Little guy VSTM popping its head up here and just taking out last month's highs. We'll see if there's anything more of this shenaniganer, but if that's what you're into. And then we did have some opening up trades, pandemic stuff coming up here a little bit. EXPE and the Marriott again from yesterday, but just a little bit. So we'll see. Well, like I said, things are starting to deteriorate. A lot of tech. We know tech has been real heavy. SMH here, going for the inside day to the downside. The 3-1-2, just like that 60 SPY. All right. So SMH for the rest of the day going to be in problems below 240.78. You're there right now. So we want to see if they start hitting more of this tech. And as I mentioned before, like in the Qs and SMH, this outside week. That's a broadening formation, right? So when that fails and comes back through, we're looking to take this out. So far so good, and it's NVIDIA. And NVIDIA trying to go for the Motor City Madhouse, the 313. Outside, inside, slight poke up, and coming back through. So we're looking to see if we can finish that job there, because you got things like Adobe that did that. Adobe, 3 outside bar. Inside bar, poke up, and then boom, down she goes, and that reconfirms what we knew about the weekly here. Inside week, 2 up, Strat week to the downside. We'll see if there's any more pain and suffering over there. If we go to MU, and MU, just slight 2 up on the day here by taking up the highs yesterday, and then boom, 2-2 reversal. Still green on the week, but we'll see how this afternoon goes with these guys, because a lot of them are hanging on by a thread. Even Big Boy Apple having some issues. And Apple going outside day here. And once again, once you poke up and start coming back through, you can look for the outside day. Still handily the inside month, but nice move down through this kind of stuff in here. We'll see if that sets up again to come try and take more of these guys out. Once again, you're on your weekly. Remember with the reversal here, 2 up, 2 down last week, still a 2 down, and now staying closer to the lows as we get into the end of the week. If we go to Netflix, and Netflix, still coming down. When you stay inside day, you take that out. Even tick. So still an inside day, but you can see how it's blood red and having some problems here. So just watching all the tech, and you can go to the big boys, Google. Netflix goes to the lows. Google having a rough one here, and that's outside day. 1-3 Strat. 1 slight pop up, and down she goes. Still moving after that 2-2 reversal on the week, and that's why we can stay on some of those weeklies and see if they can come take out some of these months. Market staying right up near the lows right now. Big boy, Microsoft. How you doing? It's still an inside day. So the thing about that is, as we get in the afternoon, if all these things start breaking those inside days, this is going to get worse, and that's kind of what we're hoping for here. So we'll see. Right now, Q's going towards the lows as well. They should. AMAT, Adobe to the lows, Q's to the lows, KLAC to the lows. All right, so if we go to AMAT, inside day to the downside, wasn't even strong enough to gap up. Still having all sorts of problems over there. That's your SMHers. Intel took care of business right out the chute, and here you can see this. The 312, bam, right out the chute that thing got hit. And you can see that right here, hard. And then on the 30-minute basis, you wait, and you go here, inside on the 30 and back down, down she goes. If we go to AVGO, inside day to the downside, you take out the highs. Nope. That's inside day to the downside. Still just a doji on the week, but that would be Momo Shooter because you're closer to taking out the lows on that here. And then here, if you go to the 30, you're going to see this. Inside 30, poke up, boom, rev strat, and take it right into the lows. Right now, Microsoft going to the lows. They're just starting to deteriorate as we expected to. If you go to SWKS, here, taking out these lows, 2 down after last week's 3-2 to the downside, going after last month's lows right now. If you go to AMD, did you poke up enough? Yeah, potential outside, 1-3 Motor City Madhouse, 3-1, potentially 3 taking these guys out, and right now it looks like that's going to happen. If we go to LRCX, and LRCX, straight clean break inside day to the downside, 2-1-2, boom. Remember those outside weeks, right? Here, outside week, poke up, boom. These become an outside bar of that off the inside day, real nice there. If we go to snow, and snow, just taking a bunch of this stuff out. So once again, when you get to the end of the week, are you closer to taking out the highs or the lows? You're taking out the lows. So this thing got hit right away out the chute. We'll see if that firms up here. You got an inside 60 to keep an eye on there. If you go to SNPS, Microsoft to the lows, and SNPS we know was having all sorts of trouble yesterday with this thing, this outside day, and now continuing that, and got hit real hard in here. And this is how you see that corrective activity here, back up, and then two up by taking out the highs, 2 down, boom, down she goes, and still in trouble there. If you go to BEAM, beam, and beam inside day to the downside, getting hit here a little, also taking out last month's lows. We'll see if that sets up again. If you go to NXST, and NXST on a monthly basis, remember here last week, 2 up, inside, reversal down. If that works, it causes this, the 2 up, 2 down month, right? And that's something I'd want to know about because that's good for the rest of the month. Below 175.08. TWLO, how you doing, buddy? TWLO having a nice big long red bar and just getting back toward the lows of the week. So anything that's doing that gets my attention. But right now, these things in all sorts of trouble. Q-sters. So we're looking here for more pain if you can get this out. 339.06. All right, you're getting closer slowly but surely. And once again, it's the SMH that's trying to help the cause, right, for the short side. And so, all right, I think that's about it. So be mindful, some of these big techs are still having all sorts of problems here coming into a long weekend, as we're not going to be here tomorrow. We're closed. And so I hope everybody had a great week, has an even better weekend. Certainly enjoy the holiday. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith of the Black, the Strat Time Report.